Hi there everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is Krista here to do the extended monthly forecast for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I hope that you enjoyed your July extended monthly forecast, and I really want to thank everyone for your comments, your encouragement, your subscription to my channel, for sharing and liking my videos as well. That truly makes my day, and I appreciate it so much. Thanks for the support. This is a general reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month of August 2018. If you want a personalized reading for specific questions or concerns, feel free to write me at the email address contained in the description box below. Just going to, we have a little bit of heartache there that just jumped out. I'm just going to adjust the camera slightly. Cool. All right, so I'm just going to shuffle with general messages in mind for your reading. I'm doing a 7-card spread for you today. It's called the Horseshoe Spread. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of cards there and possibly not a lot of information, but I find it really effective and very helpful. So whatever is most prominent in your life in the month of August is what I encourage you to take the messages and apply them to, and I hope that you find them helpful and healing. And as always, we'll draw a card from each of the oracle decks following your tarot spread today. So what does Leo need to know? You have the Hierophant there. You have vows, commitments, ritual. So as you know, that's not part of the spread, but sometimes it's fun to see if the jumpers come out in the spread. So let me just concentrate here. I will shuffle with a general concern in mind for you, and then we'll get your cards laid out. What does Leo need to know? There are lots of jumpers. Someone who's very reliable, and then someone who's working hard on something. So again, we'll see if these pop up in your general reading. What does Leo need to know? The month of August. Messages for Leo. August. Then you have the World, a message of love. So something coming around, perhaps a second chance or an opportunity to do something over, and then the Queen of Air cutting through indecisiveness, making a firm decision here, the mind over the heart, mind over the matter. Leo, August 2018. There we go. And I do want to wish all my Leos born in August a very happy birthday as well. So the bottom of the deck card isn't part of the 7-card reading, but I do like to use it. I am in the habit of relying on this for general energy. So it looks like for the month of August, something is going to come to an end here. Hopefully thoughts or beliefs or decisions, possibly even communication. But I do suspect that the majority of this anxiety or distress or a feeling like a type of entrapment will be coming to an end. We do have the 10 of Swords here. It could be just as something as simple as the words you've been, your internal dialogue, the words you've been using for yourself, to describe a situation, to even become cognizant of what you're thinking here. And it could be through the month of August, you're like, wow, I didn't realize how hard I was on myself. Or I didn't realize how much I was relying on something that wasn't going well, or I was in receipt of something, including your thoughts, right, and beliefs, that wasn't going well, and I'm not going to accept that anymore. So really nice to see there, frankly, for bottom of the deck energy, believe it or not, because because it's a 10 and it's the end of something, that chapter is going to come to a close for you. So let us get your cards out. As I said, we're looking at 7 cards, so I'll get them all laid out. And as you know, I go over sort of the general energies of the cards on their own, and then we'll look at them in their respective positions in just a moment. And I'll begin, as I always do, with a nice little snapshot of what this reading brings us today. So we do have one major arcana. We do have the Chariot. There could be a Cancer, because this is your outside influence, there could be a Cancerian who's special to you this month or will help you through something. If there isn't a Cancerian in your environment, this could be your energy. You could have a Cancer, Sun, Moon, rising, or Venus if you're cross-watching as a Leo moon, for example. If this isn't you or your energy, or you're not in a rush, moving toward, a balance in a balanced direction here, this could be a victory that's presented to you, someone outside of you, or a situation that does affect you, but isn't necessarily your own hands. It could be that you played a part in it, very definitely, but something could be occurring around you here where there's an element of victory, a sense of wellness and strength. So this is actually really lovely to see there. Just with regard to some general energies around the cards, we do have nostalgia or longing, looking to the past here, but that is in your past position. We have this gorgeous Ace of Cups in your present position, which is absolutely beautiful. This is an offering of love. This is an offering of, spiritual clarity, even a new understanding of love, or how to love yourself, or a new layer of love within a relationship. We do have the King of Earth, we do have the King of Air, and we have a Queen of Cups here. So very likely there will be agents or actors in your environment that play a pretty significant part for you in the month of August. I am saying that because we're dealing with court cards here. Again, if you have, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, if you have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces in your own chart that figure prominently, I might suggest, depending on who's viewing, I might suggest that this is your energy, or energy that's available to you within yourself for you to enact. Besides that, I'm going to suggest that these are individuals. So in saying that the King of Pentacles is someone who is, we are dealing with an element of wealth, okay? Someone who's rooted in the real world, someone whose feet is firmly planted on the ground. It doesn't have to be a man. This is just mature energy. It could be masculine energy. Of course, plenty of women are masculine, plenty of men are feminine. And I'll say the same for the King of Swords here. It could be a woman, of course. It's masculine energy. It's very logic-based. It's cutting through the garbage. There could be an instance here with the King of Swords, for example, where you're able to teach someone something. You can act as a professor. There's a professor quality to this as well. But essentially, it's a truth seeker. It's cutting out all the garbage. It's not only able to look at the evidence, but it's able to accept it and then act on it. This is a very, very beautiful card to see there. And here, back to the King of Pentacles, there's something really loving and really refreshing about that. Pentacles is all earth energy, as you know, so it's the practical side, the five senses. So there's some maturity here within the five senses or the material world. It could be that something that you have invested in, for example, if this isn't a person, is coming to fruition. It's finally ripe. So there's something around that energy there. And then with the Queen of Cups here at the very end for your probable outcome, really beautiful emotional energy here, and lovely to see here. I do think if anything is on the horizon with regard to letting go of old patterns, thought processes, negative internal dialogue, whatever that is that this represents here, I see it all being cleared up by the end of the month. Particularly because, we came out of this Ten of Swords here, and, the next swords card for you is the King, which means, you have arrived, you have succeeded. There's something that you have taken to task and you've won, or you've used to your benefit, as opposed to, being brought down or weighed down by it. And then again, with the Queen of Cups here with your probable outcome, really beautiful, loving energy. This is a very nurturing card. Again, it could be a man that you're dealing with who happens to be Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. If not, it is the qualities of another person or within yourself. that is very loving, nurturing, also highly intuitive, and able to forgive. And I think that it might have something to do here with the gorgeous energy around the Ace of Cups. It's almost like there's this awakening for you, or a new development for you that cuts out the nonsense. And I do believe very strongly that this is a choice that's going to lead to a sense of calmness around the emotions, which is, again, really, really beautiful for you here. So those are the cards and their energies in and of themselves. Let's look at these in their respective positions. As I said, the past is your Six of Cups. This is nostalgia. If this does have to do with a romantic relationship, for example, Leo, this could be that you've laid something on the line here, something that wasn't working for you, or vice versa, something was brought to your attention. And someone was very honest with you, and I think this is the beautiful part around this, particularly having it in the past, which is this has been overcome. See, you've come out the other side of this. And you'll notice too, there's 3 of these cards in the Cups element. So emotions do play a decent amount of energy for you this month. The only other 2 cards, no, I guess we have 2 Pentacles. So the water does outweigh. So we have a lot of stability here, but we also have, you know, the sword. So remember, keep your feet on the ground, keep your heart pure, communicate what it is you really want. I do think it will be given to you. Don't hold anything in. Or, you know, imagine something that includes another person, but you keep that in your imagination and then still expect that from the other person. So make sure that you do the proper amount of communication this week, this month, around what it is that you really want from the heart, you know, and make sure it's reasonable and it's well received. I do think it will be, because like I said, we do have this gorgeous Queen of Cups at the end of it, which is a resolution to emotional issues or problems as well. Some other terminology around the Six of Cups for your recent past is, like I said, nostalgia, yearning. There could be an issue of unrequited love, but if there is no romantic setting to your general concern for the month, Leo, I might suggest here that this is something that you could just be thinking about someone that you've let go, or who's let go of you, or thinking about something that you're okay saying goodbye to. It's almost like you're going to take what lessons or what goodness you can from, you know, that fantasy or that longing, or even, you know, a relationship that wasn't going the way that you wanted to. Like, I think it's important here to take something positive from this yearning or longing as well. Another way to read the Six of Cups in your recent past is to say that you might have dodged a bullet here. You might have gotten away from something that really wasn't meant for you, that really wasn't going to work, or didn't have a lot of hope. So I think it's nice to look back at this with fondness, but remember, it might have chewed up a lot of your mental space, and it might have even produced or added to anxiety as well. So, and beautifully enough, here we have in your present, as I said, this gorgeous Ace of Cups, which is a new beginning of the heart, a new layer. If you're in a committed relationship, this is a new layer, a new level that you have with another person. On the other hand, it is a new opportunity of the heart, a new opportunity really even within spiritual matters. There's a force here with all aces, frankly, but the force around the Ace of Cups is real, true spiritual understanding. And because it's in the beginning stage, or it's because it's in its purest form here as an ace, I do think that this could elevate whatever you're already working on, whether that's a relationship, whether that's you know, a professional project or a travel endeavor. Or even, as I mentioned, even, you know, some spiritual aspect of yourself. I think that I think you're getting to, you know, new and fresh and exciting levels for yourself here. So whether this is happening within a romantic relationship or a business partnership, or something that's happening spiritually for you, or with a family member, or anything in between, I do think here it's saying, you know, and maybe you're reunited. Maybe there's an element of reunion here as well, and the worry is now over. So really beautiful energy to see here for you. The hidden influence is the King of Pentacles, as we were talking about. So the hidden influence, frankly, is a great deal of stability. So I would let this guide you. I would let this energy guide you this month as a hidden influence. It might be something that you were unaware of or officially not paying too much attention to. There could be an element of like an attitude of gratitude this month. This position here with the Ace of Cups in your present could be leading you to a deeper sense of gratitude as well. So as a hidden influence, perhaps for whatever reason, this wasn't being paid a lot of attention to. And as I mentioned, this could very well be a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus in your environment. Man or woman, someone who has mature energy, very solid. And yes, there could very well be an issue of wealth here as well. So this person could be in such a prominent financial position that they could be lending you money, lending you resources, or they could even be giving it to you. Or you could feel like this. If you have been lucky this month, or you find yourself lucky, for example, this could be something that's available to you. So, you know, try your hand at inventing something or creating something with your own hands this month, and you might find, for example, that that makes you feel rich. Not to say that you can't end up making money off that either, but anytime we're dealing with Pentacles, especially, you know, at the later stages and we look, you know, into the Court cards, for example, we're into this great area of maturity and legitimacy and finality even. It's almost like this is the pinnacle of success, for example. So, you know, if you feel like you're pulled in a lot of different directions here, for example, if you're concerned about where to focus, for example, this month, Leo, I might suggest that as a hidden influence here, that you get straight, that you get right about what it is that you want to succeed, you know, as a matter of fact. You know, in the real world, what do you want to be planted firmly and to have grown roots, etc. So really beautiful energy here to have as well. This is also the energy of someone who could very well be a gardener or interested in gardening, interested in the natural world. Very definitely someone who's you know, interested in cycles, interested in natural events, someone who's just very comfortable in their own skin, and someone who has a lot to offer you in the world of what makes you feel rich, or what rich or wealth, etc. means to you, okay? And of course, anytime we see the King and we're dealing with Pentacles really of any kind, we could very well be dealing with issues of the body. So as a hidden influence, I do see that some positive physical changes could be happening for you here, and you could be healing. Here in the position of the querent, him or herself. So this represents you, my dear Leo viewer. This is really feeling left out in the cold. This is feeling that there isn't enough. Okay, so here again, you know, in your hidden influence, and then something representing you. And as I said, general energy here being, you know, feeling, you know, mentally or intellectually collapsed here or overwhelmed, but something coming to a close around that. I do feel that this could have been adding to that, and I see you getting out of this. Like I said, I just see this progression where, no, you're going to put your foot down about something. Something's going to take off in the right direction for you. We don't have any twos here, so I wouldn't say that there's necessarily a decision for you necessarily that needs to be made. I think it just might be an element of putting things in order, putting things in perspective, cutting out the superfluous. And yes, I will suggest the superfluous in both the mind and in your physical world. So for example, one way to frame that is, you know, what's cluttering your mind and what's cluttering your home or your office or workspace, etc. And, you know, really eliminate clutter and eliminate, you know, that mental noise. But yeah, here you're feeling a little bit left out, maybe that you couldn't rely on somebody. Like I said, like I feel like maybe someone else has let you down, but possibly because something wasn't made clear enough to them. So, you know, perhaps another chance is possible here. The Five of Pentacles could very well represent despair. I think it's not the same as the Swords in that regard. Like it's a different kind of despair. It's like a physical loss. So, you know, just trust that you can get better, you can get well. Things will go in the right direction for you here as an outside influence. We see this very clearly. So, you know, try very, very hard this month, Leo, to not let yourself get bogged down by things that aren't going right, and really focus, like make a point of focusing on exactly what you want and exactly what you're willing to do or not do, as it were, in order to achieve that outcome. And I think, like I said, I don't see a decision here. I don't think you have to choose anything, you know, like we don't have the Lovers card, for example. We have the Chariot. So I think the choice has already been made. It's more about follow through. And as I keep saying here, we have this gorgeous influence of others. So again, here's where the Cancerian shows up. It's a 7 card. 7 is magic. The Cancerian, like I said, could be included in your own chart. This could be your own energy, but as a standalone, but it is in the influence of others. So unless you're just living alone and not interacting with any other agents or actors in your environment, I will suggest that this is something that's happening externally to you. So could be a Cancerian in your environment, male or female, but a victory surrounds you here, okay? This is full speed ahead. This is success. This is also, you know, we have the light and the dark. We have the acceptance that both of these sides or aspects of ourselves exist, and we refuse to deny that anymore. So it's almost like there's a wholeness here. There's a oneness here. It's also directive. I mean, the Chariot is constantly in motion. It's moving forward. It's excitable energy. And again, very victorious. So I do see you coming out of something meager or dark here. So don't let any negative energy or overwhelming energy get you down. Really communicate that with somebody. You know, refuse to think poorly about yourself or even a situation. Refuse to... you know, accept that you've been forlorn or forgotten here. I think it's a really nice time here to take action toward the fullness of your dreams. Here is what you should do. So again, you know, the king of, you know, cut away the garbage. Number 1, cut away the superfluous. What is extra? What is taking room? What doesn't belong? What is unnecessary? You know, even if you have to jot some of these things down to get to the root of the matter for yourself this month, Leo, I'm a really big fan of jotting things down. It doesn't have to be a fancy list. No, it's not for anybody else to see. It's just something for you to, you know, get out some of your ideas, and then you can begin acting on it, like, you know, eliminating what isn't working for you anymore. So again, what you should do, take charge. Take charge of your mind. First and foremost here, you want to be in control of your own mind, because no matter what the situation that we find ourselves in, the more practice we get around being in charge of our own mind, the more we can handle whatever comes our way. So that's also a really important message I feel for you right now as well. But ultimately, decisive, be decisive. You know, maybe stop brushing off the fact that you are as intelligent as you are. I think that there's an intelligence factor here. Maybe another way to read this as well in terms of what you should do, again, in a general sense here, is to move toward a resolution or to move toward an outcome using the mind. So mind over matter here. Because it's going to turn out that the heart wins. It's a curious way to read that. Like, it's a curious in terms of where the cards are sitting and so forth, it sounds like a curious outcome. I understand that. You know, in order to get closer to what your heart really wants, you know, you really have to think about it and cut out what isn't working, you know, use your intellect type of thing. But these are not incongruent. It's just for the situation that you want to succeed at or to overcome. I think this is the best route of action here, because your final outcome is absolute emotional wellness. This is a beautiful feminine card. There could be a lot of feminine or nurturing energy around you, or you could become this type of person who's available for someone else. And it could be all of this is happening around you and you're getting this energy, and if that's the case, you'll be the recipient of this type of energy here. So it's actually quite beautiful to see all these cards together. No matter what, I do see you overcoming something that was weighing you down, but at the same time, I really think that you had an enormous amount of faith that you would be able to solve. It was almost like just, I think that the element of focus here is going to be helpful for you. We had 2 jump out, but I'll take them. Not for you. So what did I say here at the very beginning? Like, it's almost like it'll be a blessing in disguise, whether it's a person or a theme or a desire. It could even be by virtue of getting something off your chest or having said something, or someone saying something to you. It's that you can clear everything up and you can go, oh, I'm glad that you said that, because I felt the same way too. So there's going to be a great deal of relief around something not going exactly as planned, or not getting what you had thought you wanted the most. Again, that may sound peculiar, but I do think it's going to ease your mind and it's going to create an even better outcome. And here we have no place like home. I really do see this in both the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Cups energy for you here. I think that there's a very real possibility for you that you will even feel closer to your partner or your loved one, or your hopes and dreams, like your long-term hopes and dreams here, or any commitments. Even to a sense of, you know, like your higher self, or spiritual matters, as it were. So again, whatever's going on in your environment, I do see this gorgeous outcome for you. You'll wind up where you truly belong as well. So I think there's a level of acceptance here around the dark and the light about yourself, about others. So those are actually really beautiful cards for you. We did have the Hawk jump out here. The Hawk, of course, is messenger. Yeah, I mean, you could, especially here with the airs, the air cards. As I said, this isn't officially part of the spread, so it doesn't have an official position. But I mean, it was the bottom of the deck energy. So yeah, a lot of, you know, feeling neglected, rejected, even hurt, denied, that type of thing. And then, of course, here representing you feeling left out in the cold. So I do think that a message is available to you, or will be available to you this month, which is going to absolutely clear things up. Like maybe even in a sentence or two. And anytime we're looking at swords energy, please understand as well that this is something that could be happening. If it isn't an actor or agent, this could be happening within your own mind. But I mean, look at that maturity there. So you're really able to overcome something. But yes, I wanted to mention as well with the air cards that this could be taking place over media. Okay, so email, text, some sort of chat, that type of thing. And that's where it looks like your message will be coming from, or a message will be shared. That could be healing and helpful for you, or, you know, just simply turn things around for you. It could be what you might consider just what you needed, that type of thing. So we're just shuffling the, oh, well, that's entirely too many. We're just trying to get one here. Let's get one card out of Healing with the Angels Oracle. Just waiting for one of these little guys to jump here. I am running out of time, unfortunately, so I am going to pull from the deck for you. And out of this deck, we have intention. Absolutely, 100% intention. Yeah, it's really, really important. I'm going to do the same for these guys, just because I only have 33 minutes. Intention, super important, okay? So back to the issue of focus here. What is your intention? What do you plan to see? What do you want to see? What are you willing to do or not to do? And then we have deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Really get to the root of something here. So here quickly with intention. Yeah, here with the King of Pentacles. Figure out exactly what you want. Don't accept less. This could just be someone holding something in, remember, okay? So get to the root of something here. Don't let something linger in your mind for longer than is necessary. Really try to express that to somebody in a healthy way in order to get to the bottom of something. And make sure that this person in the relationship, no matter what the relationship is, who's wearing the false self mask isn't you. Or if it is, make sure that you're en route, okay? That your job in any setting, okay, is to be the person who leads the way in truth and light. So if this happens to be you, I do see you coming out of this. You're going to make the choice and intend to do that and follow through. And then, of course, if this is someone in your environment, make sure that you protect yourself and have clear and open communication. Keep your vibration high here, Leo. And something beautiful awaits you at the end of the month. I hope you found that helpful and healing. Please join me in a few weeks for your next month's reading. And in the meantime, take excellent care. Bye for now.